Hello, everyone. My name is Julie Williams, and I'd like to just share something with you that I wrote just a day after the most incredible, brutal murder of George Floyd. I can still barely say his name. It rocked the entire world. And I had so many other mothers share how much they appreciated what I wrote and the difficulties and challenges of raising an African American son. And I even had thanks and appreciation from those who did not have a clue. So I would like to share this with you. And George Floyd, I am so very sorry. And we all love you. My black son, on what should be a mother's most beautiful day of her life, bringing her son into the world. Too often, sadly, for some mothers, it's also a very sad day. You delight in the joy of this beautiful human being that you, his father and God, created, and you just stare at him in amazement, speechless to describe this incredible, beautiful miracle, your son. The feel of his skin is so soft, it's soft as a rabbit fur, and his baby breath is so fresh you could just get high off of it. And then when your eyes finally connect with each other after 9 months of carrying him, and your eyes get locked into each other, it is truly a plethora of whimsical, indescribable feelings and emotions that cannot be described. Then, very, very suddenly, unexpectedly, things change. When you realize that what you're holding in your arms is a future black man who will grow up one day, maybe, and you may not be able to protect him from being hunted down like an animal. All of a sudden, your heart just breaks. This beautiful moment. And tears well up as you plead with God. Please, God, protect my baby boy every day of his life. You set out determined to raise him the best you can. You teach him to respect others and to respect himself, and to honor and to be courteous and to have manners and be polite. You teach him to be proud and to be a leader and not a follower, and to be on his best behavior and to put his best foot forward. You teach him the importance of education and being a good man, a good husband, a good father. You teach him how to be careful when he's out with his friends. Because unfortunately, son, you have much less of a chance of coming home safely than little white Johnny who lives right next door. I literally looked at my son when he was 16 years old and had just got his first car and wanted to go hang out with his friends. I stood in the doorway and I tearfully said to him, I'm not playing with you, son. Please, look me in the eye. Do you see this face? Take a good look at this face of mine. Because I want you to think about this face. If you even think about doing anything that could get you into trouble with your friends. I want you to think about how much it would kill me if anything ever happens to you while you're out there with your friends and you get stopped by a cop, a racist cop. I didn't say all cops, I said a racist cop. And we did teach him to be respectful of police officers. Even though all his life growing up, his job, supervisors, managers, his clients, his customers at his jobs, they would praise him and thank him and tell him, go home and tell your parents they did a hell of a job raising you up. Such a remarkable, admirable, courteous, intelligent, smart, and respectful young man. Even though he had never had a fight in his entire life, his friends loved him so much that they even wanted to chip in together to pay for one of his college semesters because he was going to have to leave. He never had a child out of wedlock. He was never in a gang. He was in the gifted program in school and on the dean's list in college. He was raised to be a one-woman man, always. And every girlfriend he ever had swore that they'd never been with anyone as special and as awesome as him, a good man. It doesn't matter. Even though I did the very best that I could, there's still not one day in all of his 32 years that I have not worried about his safety just driving his truck while black. Or because he might have his hat turned on the wrong way. For no other reason than simply the color of his skin. How sad and painful is it that the most beautiful day of a woman's life, birthing her black son, can also be the saddest day of her life when she looks at him and thinks about how long will you live? What mother of a black son who carried this child in her body for 9 months does not think or worry or fear or grieve about that? Thank you so much for listening. And again, this is just days after George Floyd was so brutally taken away from this world. And he will never, 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 never be forgotten. Never. Thank you.